Ella arrived in Vienna just as the sun crested the rooftops of the elegant city. The early morning air was cool and crisp, filled with the scent of fresh bread, coffee, and a whisper of autumn leaves. She stepped off the train at Wien Hauptbahnhof, her suitcase rolling quietly behind her on the marble floor. Outside, a line of trams glided past like clockwork, their bells ringing softly as the city came to life. Her hotel was a short ride away, tucked in the heart of the Innenstadt, the historic center of Vienna. The streets here were a blend of stone and story, where Baroque facades met modern storefronts, and horse-drawn carriages shared space with cyclists and sleek electric trams. Her room overlooked a quiet courtyard draped in ivy. The furniture was antique, the windows tall and curved. After unpacking, she wrapped herself in a scarf and ventured out into the waking city. Her first destination was Café Central, a place where poets, philosophers, and revolutionaries once sipped coffee beneath crystal chandeliers. Inside, waiters in pressed uniforms moved with elegance. The marble pillars, golden light, and glass pastry cases gave the café the air of a living museum. She ordered a mélange, a Viennese-style cappuccino, and an apple strudel dusted with powdered sugar. Each bite melted into warmth and spice. After breakfast, Ella strolled toward the Hofburg Palace. As she passed through Michaelerplatz, the white walls and green domes of the imperial complex rose before her. She walked through arched gateways into courtyards that had once echoed with the footsteps of emperors. She visited the Sisi Museum, wandering through rooms once occupied by Empress Elizabeth. Lace dresses, jeweled fans, and portraits lined the velvet-walled halls. She paused before a glass case displaying the Empress's handwritten poetry, melancholy, romantic, restless. Next, she visited the Spanish writing school. Though there was no performance that morning, she watched the famous Lipizzaner stallions being trained in the winter riding hall. Their white coats gleamed in the sunlight that streamed through massive arched windows. Riders in navy uniforms moved in perfect harmony with their horses, executing slow, balletic steps to classical music. At midday, Ella walked down the wide boulevard of the Ringstrasse, where grand buildings lined each side like pages in a storybook. She passed the Austrian Parliament with its Greek columns and statues, the Berg Theatre with its ornate sculptures, and finally reached the Rathaus, Vienna's city hall, where a weekend market had just begun. She browsed the wooden stalls selling local cheese, handmade candles, woolen scarves, and carved wooden toys. She ordered a bowl of goulash with dark rye bread, standing at a tall table beneath strings of hanging lights. The stew was rich, comforting, and full of spice. In the early afternoon, Ella walked to the museum's quartier. She entered the Kunsthistorisches Museum, stepping into galleries filled with golden light and masterpieces. She paused longest before a painting by Vermeer, captivated by the quiet emotion in the subject's eyes. She wandered through rooms filled with Egyptian artifacts, Roman busts, and delicate timepieces. From there, she walked through the Volksgarten, where roses still bloomed in late season. The neoclassical Theseus temple stood at the center like a marble jewel. She sat on a bench and read from her notebook, letting the sounds of birds, footsteps, and distant violins wrap around her like silk. As evening approached, Ella made her way to the Musikverein for a classical concert. The Golden Hall shimmered with gold leaf and chandeliers, its acoustics legendary. She listened to the Vienna Philharmonic perform pieces by Mozart and Strauss, every note filling the hall with breathless beauty. Her heart swelled at the waltzes, her eyes misting during a quiet piano solo. After the concert, she took a slow walk through the city. The streets glowed with gaslight. The statues on building facades seemed to watch as she passed. At the edge of the Danube Canal, she sat beneath a tree and watched the water catch reflections of stars and street lamps. She returned to her hotel close to midnight, the city hushed but still alive. From her window, she could see the dome of the Karlskirche glowing faintly in the distance. She lit a single candle, opened her journal, and wrote, "Vienna is a city that doesn't shout. It sings quietly in every stone, every cup of coffee, every violin." She blew out the flame, tucked herself beneath the soft covers, and drifted into sleep with echoes of music still playing in her mind.